With us in government, we campaign with the plan. Uppercase T, uppercase P, the plan. And then the environment is such that we're expected to defend the plan. Even when the first time we roll it out, there may be some glitches and it's time to reevaluate and then do it again.
Oh boy, obviously she has a problem. I don't know what that is, but people are noticing they don't like her. The polls, her favorability rating is under 30%. It basically can't get much lower than that. And it looks like Joe Biden doesn't like her. Nobody in the White House likes her. All kinds of stories about friction between the president's camp and the vice president's team. This is bad, bad stuff, but it doesn't surprise me, and I don't think it surprises our next guest, Peter Schweizer. He is the president of the Government Accountability Institute, and he wrote the book, I believe, so far, on Kamala Harris and a number of other crazy Democrats, Profiles in Corruption. The one on the left, a fantastic book, and the chapter on Kamala Harris is really something. Peter, welcome back. How are you?
I'm great. Always great to be with you, Greg. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Are you surprised at all that she's crashing and burning like this?
No. Look, the Biden-Harris ticket was a shotgun wedding from the beginning. The other thing that people are overlooking is, aside from the personality differences that they have, which are pretty extreme, I mean, Joe Biden is kind of an off-the-cuff guy. He always has been. She is extremely scripted. The other factor here that you have to remember is that Joe Biden is, of course, trying to establish himself as the leader of the Democratic Party. There's sort of a shadow lurking in the back, and that would be Barack Obama. Kamala Harris is extremely close to both Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. She actually first met them when she campaigned for his run for the U.S. Senate in 2004. So I also think you have this interesting dynamic where, Obama wants to remain the head of the party, and Kamala Harris is closer to Barack Obama, certainly, than she is to Joe Biden, who she is supposed to be working with.
And I seem to remember there might have been a little bit of chemistry between Barack Obama and Kamala Harris. He seemed to like her a lot, and it may have been reciprocated, right? Isn't that kind of, that was a thing, right, for a little while?
Well, they certainly, in a political sense, they were very close. And what I mean is there was that 2004 election where Barack Obama was a state senator running for the U.S. Senate. She flew out from California. She worked in a county prosecutor's office out in California, went to campaign for him. And then when she ran for the district attorney in San Francisco, Barack Obama, as a U.S. senator from Illinois, flew out to California and helped to retire campaign debt. So there's no doubt that they are particularly close. There's also no doubt that, look, she has never really faced a serious political opponent in California. So she's not used to the rough and tumble of answering tough questions, of, dealing with crises. It's just not something that she's ever faced. And the reports now are, Greg, that she's relying on her family for political advice. And of course, that raises questions because her husband, who is a corporate lawyer, while she was California Attorney General, there was all sorts of evidence that she was giving favorable treatment to his clients. So you have to wonder whether her husband's involvement is going to sway her in, let's say, decisions that are beneficial to his friends or former clients.
This is what I was thinking of about the chemistry thing. Obama at a fundraiser several years ago said she's the best-looking attorney general in the country. And yes. He was openly admiring her, and he actually had to apologize for his flirtation. This was in 2013. Hey, I heard this, that the Bidens wanted to give her a chance. I mean, they weren't out to sabotage her, but when she had that interview with Lester Holt, they realized there's something wrong with this person. She can't handle basic questions that she should be ready for. Take a look.
Do you have any plans to visit the border?
I'm here in Guatemala today. At some point, we are going to the border. We've been to the border. So this whole thing about the border, we've been to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I mean, I don't understand the point.
Yeah, here's the thing. They saw that and they're like, oh, what's wrong with her, number one? And I'm looking at her right there. I feel like she thinks she can charm any man. You know, laugh, smile, giggle. Let's face it, she famously charmed Willie Brown in California, the most powerful guy in the state, basically. He was the Speaker of the Assembly, later mayor of San Francisco. He was a very big deal in California, and they were a couple for a number of years. And tell us more. She got a lot of jobs because of him, right?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, Willie Brown was married. She was, I think, 28 or 29. He was in his mid-60s. And they became romantically involved. Willie Brown, as Speaker of the Assembly, had the responsibility of populating all these state commissions. There's a state commission on unemployment insurance. There's a state commission on health care policy. By the way, Kamala Harris has no background in either, but Willie Brown put her on both of those. And the responsibility of those commissions basically entails going to one meeting a month in nearby Sacramento. And between those two jobs, she was pulling in close to $400,000. He also was instrumental to her political rise. Even after their, let's say, romance dissolved, he remained a powerful political patron for her when she sought higher office in California. So she's always had kind of a sponsor. Again, she's never really had a strong political opponent in a state like California. And look, people are looking, whether it's president or vice president, whether they're a man or a woman, they're looking for gravitas. They're looking for a Margaret Thatcher type personality. And they're not getting that from Kamala Harris. When she gets nervous, she giggles. She does not do well with probing questions. She doesn't think well on her feet in that respect.
Yeah.
And I think their strategy now is to sort of keep her at a distance and keep her away from the television sets.
Peter, I got to ask you about Hunter Biden. You're also an expert on that, the Biden financial shenanigans. You may remember this a couple of months ago when we found out Hunter's going to actually be selling his art. The White House said they'll have this arrangement and it'll keep everything kosher.
After careful consideration, a system has been established that allows for Hunter Biden to work in his profession within reasonable safeguards. Of course, he has the right to pursue an artistic career, just like any child of a president has the right to pursue a career. But all interactions regarding the selling of art and the setting of prices will be handled by a professional gallerist adhering to the highest industry standards. And any offer out of the normal course would be rejected out of hand. And the gallerist will not share information about buyers or prospective buyers, including their identities with Hunter Biden or the administration, which provides quite a level of protection and transparency.
All right. It's laughable. First of all, they're not doing any of that. And Hunter is, no kidding, selling art. Here he is just the other night in New York City at a prestigious art gallery about to go in. But here's something even more interesting. Valerie Biden, his aunt, Joe's sister, was at the same event. And could you tell me, please, about Valerie Biden? Give us a sense of how much money she's made over the years and what she did to get that money.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, this is the way the Biden family operates. It's all about self-enrichment, Greg. Think about this. Joe Biden has represented Delaware for decades. When he was up for re-election every 6 years, there was never really a serious challenge. So what did Joe Biden do? He hired his sister as the campaign manager and paid her, $2 or $3 million per election cycle for an easy re-election. This is basically a practice that's frowned upon, hiring family members for these kinds of political campaigns. Some politicians do it, and Joe Biden has done it. And that's why I refer to them as the Biden Five. All five members of the Biden family, whether that's Hunter, whether that is Joe Biden's son-in-law, whether that's Valerie, whether that's his brothers James and Frank, all of them have some kind of corrupt gig based on Joe's political power.
It is totally wild. It is totally wild, and they're getting away with it for now. Peter Schweizer, president of the Government Accountability Institute, and all these great books. Again, my favorite so far has been Profiles in Corruption. Came out last year, available wherever books are sold, and you got a whole host of other titles as well. Peter, thank you.
Thanks, Greg.
Okay, we'll be right back.